Hey everybody, hey. I'm wondering if y'all can hear me. I'm working on this sound. Let me know if you can hear me or not. It is um, sometimes just before you go on, stuff go to happening, and I'm not sure if it's coming through or if y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, say we can hear you. All right. If you can hear, okay, we can hear you. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes this thing has a whatever you call it, and I'm not sure. So let me make sure that I can hear myself, and we'll jump right into this. Let's see. Okay, here we go. That I can hear myself. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. I don't know what happened to it. It changed up on me just before I came on. So at least I can hear. All right. At least you all can hear too. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. I'm uh, grateful that y'all have joined me. You know, usually on Mondays we hear. The last two Mondays we have not been present. Once because of death in the family, and so tonight I'm grateful that y'all have joined me. I see those that are joining, those that are coming in. Thank you so much for your prayers. And I want to tell you that everything worked out perfectly. Everything worked out fine. We did um, good. And so we're grateful for that. Listen, I'm not going to be alone tonight, but I need y'all to do me a favor. Y'all know how we do it. Do this for me. Please do it. Like and share. Please do that for me. Like and share, like and share. And I'm going to share with you tonight. Listen, I want to share something with you tonight that I think will encourage you, help you, maybe some of you, wherever you may be in going through and what's going on in life. I want to talk to you tonight about the importance of caring for yourself, the importance of caring for yourself. I know we talk about this a lot in different areas, and some of it we talk about it in health matters and different things like that. But I want to talk to you about the importance of caring for yourself. And let me, I've got, I usually don't do this on a Monday night, but I've got a scripture, one or two scriptures that I think I want to read to you so you understand the importance of caring for yourself, the importance of dealing with you, the importance of dealing with yourself. In Leviticus 19 and verse 18, when God begins to give them instructions and give them the law and those things, note what he says in the 18th verse. He says, "Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as yourself." And that's important for us to get tonight because he really says to them, I need y'all to understand that it is important for you to love yourself. It's important for you to take care of yourself. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. And I want you to hear that because a lot of times we don't really listen at what he's saying when he says that you shall love your neighbor as thyself. And that is important for us to get. That's important for us to know that you love your neighbor as, and I want to put emphasis on that, as thyself. Because a lot of times we are focused on others and we are focused so much on others that we forget about ourselves. And he says the first thing you got to do if you're going to love your neighbor, you've got to treat your neighbor as you would treat yourself. Love thy neighbor as thyself. So that's important for us to get. It's important for us to understand and know that you're going to love your neighbor as thyself. And so when we start looking at this and start understanding this, thou shalt love the neighbor as thyself. But notice he goes on in Matthew's, this comes up again, and it begins to look like repeat itself. The language begins to repeat itself. He begins to say the same thing. He begins to deal with the same thing. He says in Matthew's 19 and 19, notice what he says. He says, honor thy father and thy mother. Thou shalt love thy neighbor, again, as thyself. Then if you go to Matthew's 22 and you go down to verse 39, notice what he says again. And he talks about the first commandment. He talks about love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. But when he gets to the 39th verse, he says, and the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Notice he speaks again, love your neighbor as yourself. Then when we go to Mark, and I want to read these and then I'm going to share with you in Mark chapter 12, and you look at verse 31, and he says, and second, likely, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There's none other commandment greater than these. All right. So he begins to sort of tell us what we need to do. And one of the things he keeps emphasizing is we should notice and we should recognize in loving our neighbor as ourselves. Now, again, in James chapter 2, verse 8, if ye fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, ye do well. He says you got to love your neighbor as yourself. So here we understand that it's important that he looks at it and talks about, in other words, the importance of caring for yourself. Because if you don't care for yourself, it's going to be a problem with dealing with other people. And sometimes we need, whether we believe it or not, sometimes we need self-care. It's important. Sometimes you need self-care. And you're going to find, one of the things you'll find is this: the older you get, the more self-care will become important. The older you get, the more self-care will become important. It becomes important more and more when you understand, and as you start getting older, sometimes when we're young, we don't put as much emphasis on self-care. We take care of other people and do other things, but when it comes to getting older, self-care becomes more important, and your focus becomes more important on self-care when it comes to health and the various things, because it's a part of something you have to do. We look out for everyone else sometimes, and we are, if we are honest about it, sometimes all of us are guilty where we will make sure that everyone else is taken care of sometimes before we take care of ourselves. I know people like that they are going to make sure that everyone else is fed. They're going to make sure that everyone else is taken care of. They're going to make sure that everyone else is done. And sometimes they really sort of get the scraps, or they get the leftovers, or they get whatever comes, and never look out for themselves, never do self-care, never watch out for themselves. And so he says, if you're going to love your neighbor as yourselves. You got to learn that you've got to understand that there's some tasks, and I'm going to say this, some tasks you have to make sure that other people are okay. But in some tasks, you got to make sure that you also look out for yourself. It's not being selfish. It's just the fact that sometimes you've given out and you don't look out for yourself. And I'm going to say to you, if you, I'll say this tonight, if you fail to take care of yourself, you can't really help others. And that goes straight across the board. If you fail to take care of yourself, then it's hard to help others. It's hard for two sick people sometimes to take care of each other. If you fail to take care of yourself, somebody's got to be healthy. Somebody's got to be stable. Somebody's got to be there. And sometimes when we fail to take care of ourselves, then it's hard for us to help others. And that goes straight across the board in ministry, that goes across the board in family life, or whatever it may be. You've got to learn that if you don't take care of yourself, you can't really help others. I can tell you right now, if I'm down and sick, I remove myself because I know I really can't really minister and help people when if it's a show enough thing, I'd get somebody else to do it. Because in order for me to help somebody, I've got to have strength to do it. Plus, I've got to take care of myself. There comes a time that we've got to learn to step back in order to look out and watch out for others, but we've got to step back and look out for ourselves. There's some people that have ran themselves in the ground, and then when they have ran themselves into the ground and need help, no one's there to help them. No one is there to help them because what they've done is you ran yourself. You ran your health down. You ran, it could be a lot of things, your money, whatever it is. And when you're looking for help, you can't get it because you've spent out physically, emotionally, mentally. Everything you got, you spent out because you're helping others. And what he says, love thy neighbor as thyself. The first thing, in order to help somebody else, the first thing you got to do is be able to help yourself. You got to be in a place that you are strengthened and you are helped. What did he say to Peter? When thou art converted, strengthen the brethren. When you are strengthened and when you get the help, then you go help somebody else. It's like if you had, the scripture talks about the blind leading the blind. If you got two blind people and both of us are blind, more than likely we're not going too far because one needs to have sight in order to help the other. Am I making any sense? One needs to have sight in order to help the other. And sometimes when we are blind, we can't lead anybody anywhere if we're blind. We can't lead too many people anywhere if we are sick, frustrated, emotionally torn, emotionally wrecked. We can't help nobody. And that's why sometimes you got to learn some self-care. I mean, if you fail to take care of yourself, and I'm serious about that. If you don't take care of yourself, you are not going to be any good to anybody else. And I'm not just talking about physically. I'm talking about mentally. I'm talking about emotionally. Come on. I'm talking about straight across the board. Because if I'm off mentally, I don't function well. It's like a person that don't get enough sleep. They don't get enough sleep, they dangerous behind the wheels of the car. You know, if you if you behind the wheel of the car and you sleepy, you liable to run over into something because you fail to get rest. Your body didn't rest properly. And so now everybody else is in jeopardy because you fail to take care of your body or to get the rest you needed. So it's the same way with everything else we do. I can't mentally help you when I'm mentally challenged myself. I can't emotionally help you when I'm emotionally challenged myself. And I know sometimes even in ministry, we use and said, I just preach my way out. And that's good. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. But there comes a time You don't need to preach your way out. Sometimes you need to pull back, sit down, and be replenished. And all of us need to do that. We don't, we don't talk about that a lot in church. We just sort of like, I gotta go. I gotta help this one. I gotta help that one. And sometimes I got it. But at the end of the day, are you gonna be any good? Because you're gonna eventually you run out. And so it's important for us to have self-care. Love your neighbor as yourself. So I got to take care of myself. I got to make sure that I'm good before I go to just trying to help the world. I got to make sure I'm good. And if I'm good, then everything is good. In every verse that we read, the one key that he kept saying, love thy neighbor as thyself. You cannot treat others better. I'm finna say something. You cannot treat others better than you treat yourself. Because he says, love your neighbor as you love yourself, as you love you. If I don't love me, I really can't get that to you. So I got to love myself. There comes a time we've got to take a step back, and we've got to be, you may not be grateful, you may not like everything there is about yourself. I don't think any of us like everything about ourselves. But at the same time, you got to love yourself. I mean, if you don't love yourself, everyone else is in trouble. I share with them at church. I stop chasing people down that may say something negative about me. I start looking at the individual. Because if the individual don't love themselves, you wasting time. Because if they don't love themselves, there's no way they can love you. There's no way they can treat you a certain way because they don't treat themselves that way. They down their own selves. They talk about stuff themselves. So they can't treat you a certain way. They can't give to you what you want from them because they don't love themselves. They can't give to you what you're looking for. It's just no way they can do it. And I know you want them to, but some of you'll understand that I just wish they would love me a little more. They can't do it. They don't like them. They don't love themselves. They talk about their own self. They talk about I'm big. They talk about I don't. And the worst thing you can do is when you give people compliments. You look nice. If you say so, please stop that. If someone say you look nice and they sincere, tell them thank you. Don't be talking about, yeah, you just saying that. I gained all this weight. Well, maybe they ain't looking at your weight. Maybe they not even thinking about your weight. Maybe they just giving you a compliment. If they tell you look beautiful, don't who me? Stop all that. That may show that you don't love yourself. That may show that you don't appreciate yourself. I remember when I was in high school, one of my teachers said to me, you just think you something or something. I said, no, it's not that. I said, I love myself. And if I don't love myself, nobody else is going to love me. Now, I know the difference between being arrogant and self-centered and all that. But if I don't love myself, no one else is going to love me. So some of you, a part of your self-care is learning to love yourself. Love who you are. Love who you are. And stop, how can I put this? Love yourself, love who you are, and stop basing who you are and all of that on what other people always say. Take the compliments, but if they never compliment you, love yourself. And I'm talking to you because I had those type of challenges when I was coming up. Of course, you can see I'm dark. And so, I had challenges with being dark. I don't want to be dark. I want to be a little brighter and bright skin. And years ago, they used to have that cream you put on bleaching cream or whatever. And it bring you up, made you bright a little bit, but it didn't change your color. And so, sometimes if we're not comfortable with who we are and who God has made us, we busy trying to change everything about us to look like someone else. And honestly, this is just my opinion. Don't get upset with me. I think that was one of the issues with the late entertainer. I won't even call his name. That had all those surgeries and everything, trying to not so much be somebody else, but not in love with himself. Keep changing appearance, trying to make other people love them. Other people will love you if you love yourself. They can't help but do it. Because if I love myself, you're going to get good treatment. If I love myself, I'm going to treat you right. If I love myself, you're in a good place. If I love myself, you got a good friend, you got a good companion, you got a good, if I love myself. Now, if I don't love myself, ain't no telling what will come out of my mouth or what I will do. I don't go through no changes like, well, I just don't want to live no more. No, I like me. I want to live. So I try to take care of me. When I get dressed, I look in the mirror. I'm trying to make sure everything is in place because I love me. And so he says, love your neighbor as yourself. All right? I'm almost done. Let me get out of here. And so we've got to do that. Now, here's the thing that I think is a challenge I want to give to most of you that are watching live and those that are watching on demand. This is important. In caring for yourself, this is important. I want everyone to listen at me closely because I'm finna say something you need to hear. All right? Here we go. The importance of caring for oneself. We talk about caregivers, talk about, those that are caregivers watching out for people. But here's what we don't do. What you need to do is make time for yourself. The greatest thing you can do is make time for yourself. Somebody say, I ain't got no time. Make it. I ain't got time. I'm so busy. Clear some stuff out. Make time for yourself. Mentally, physically, emotionally. And I say physically because if you don't, your body will make time for you. But make some time for yourself. You don't make no time for yourself. You always got to. Somebody's always. Sometimes we got to surround ourselves all the time. We always got to be surrounded with people. And sometimes you just got to make time for yourself. Sometimes you got to go. Somebody says, well, I ain't got nobody to go to the movie with me. And, maybe your wife don't like going to the movies or whatever. But, make some time for yourself. Go taking a movie. Go riding. Go shopping. Go do something. But make time for yourself. Get up, make time for you. It won't be selfish, everybody else do it. This is me time. So what? It's me time. This me time. You put the call on silent. Put uh, put whatever. This me time. I'm gonna take a hour and just have some me time. I'm gonna take 30 minutes. I'm gonna do something. It's gonna be me time. It ain't be nothing else. Sometimes you gotta, uh, you know, put the phone down, or you gotta just. But you understand what I'm saying? Make some me time. Stop always just, uh, just stop doing that. Get some me time in your life. Make that time for yourself. Are y'all listening at me? If you're listening at me, just say make some time. Make some time. Yeah, you gotta make some time. You gotta make it. You gotta make some time. It's part of your self care. Making time for you. Sometimes we spend time with God. We spend time with loved ones. Sometimes you need to spend time with yourself. Just take a break. Take a breather. You'll be surprised how refreshed you'll feel when you do and make time for you. Don't mean that I'm against anybody. I'm just making some time for me. And so I want to say to those of you tonight, do that. Make time. Don't let nobody make you feel bad because you want a little me time. I want me time. Me time may mean I ain't doing a lot of talking. Me time may mean I'm not. Don't mean I'm indifferent, but I may not be talking a lot, or I may just want to sit over here and usually if I'm doing me time, I'll slip away from everybody and just do me time because some things I need to think through. Some things not only do I need to pray, I need to think through it. Sometimes me time, when you make me time, time for yourself, it helps you to deal with your emotions from making bad choices and bad decisions. It helps you from saying crazy stuff because you get a chance to think and to sort of bring yourself in, and you just need that sometimes. Everybody needs it. I'm gonna say something that I know y'all might not agree with, but sometimes not only even if you married, I know you love her and she love you, but sometimes you need some me time. Some time just for me. Don't mean I don't love her, uh, Lady March. You know I love her, but we over the years, we this is 44 years. We've came to understand that every now and then with me time, some time for her time. There are times I may be coming. She said, "Can you please go to your office?" I be like, "Really? Yeah. Can you please go to your office?" Well, I know I want to stand with you. I love you, but please go to your office and um, you know, go to your office and then because I just need this space right here. I need it for me. I need this me time. And so I've learned over the years, just go. That means get out right now. I want all this for me. And it's the same way with me. And that don't take anything away. Don't mean we arguing or fussing, but everyone needs me time. She may need time. She go spend time with her sisters. Me time. And I ain't calling every 5 minutes. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? No, she needs me time. Everybody needs to make some time for yourself. Things just change. You don't want to do no. Just me time. We good. I just want some me time. That's this latest thing, not latest, but over the last couple of years is why they come up with the man cave. That's what that is, me time. The man cave. Ah, oh Lord, who's this? This is Liz. I know my husband is watching this. I hope you heard. Oh Lord, I'm getting in trouble. Y'all have no, don't y'all have your husband coming after me. But me time is good. Me time is good. I'm telling you, it's okay. I mean, now what I was gonna say that y'all might not agree with to get me in trouble, and then I got to quit. Is sometimes, watch this. Sometimes even your children and grandchildren need me time. Everyone needs a time. It ain't got to be a whole day. It ain't got to be a whole week. But sometimes it's just 10 minutes or just a few minutes. It's me time. All right. All right. I hope y'all got that. Let me get out of here. So the key is I need everyone to do what? Make time for yourself. That's important. Make sure it's a part of your self-care. Make time for yourself. Put some stuff. Make some time for yourself for before time makes time for you. And what I mean by that, you stuff that you think you just got to get done. I gotta. If you end up and you're ill or something like that, guess what? Life is gonna keep rolling on without you. So what you need to do is clear some stuff out and be like, let me. Today is a me day. I'm gonna do something for me today. I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna go take myself to eat or something. Because I'm here to tell you, when you close your eyes, well, not close your eyes, I don't want to go that far. If you sick, nothing's gonna stop because you're not there. Not one thing. It's gonna keep rolling. Life keeps rolling, whether we're there or not. All right. Here's the last thing, and I'm out of here. I pray that y'all are getting something out of this tonight. All right, so here's the last thing. Don't let your life and time waste away without enjoying yourself. Life is too short. Time is getting away from us. Life is moving. It never stops. Keeps going. And don't let life and time waste or let your time run out, should I say, without enjoying yourself. And I ain't talking about you gotta be nothing sinful or stuff, but some of you're too tight. Loosen up. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. Laugh. Get some laughter in your life. Get some people you can hang around that y'all can laugh together. Get some laughter. Get some enjoyment. Life is too short to be so bundled up. Mm-mm. I'm here to tell you, and I'm through. Every time I look at it, it dawns on me that when I was 18, when I was 16, I was trying to hurry up and get to 18. When I got to be 18, I was trying to hurry up to get to 21. When I got 21, man, it looked like time speeded up or something. Because when I look now, I'm like, I am 63. I've done a lot, accomplished a lot, but where did time go? Every time I look around, I'm saying, oh my God. It was just in my mind, it was just yesterday. I was holding my oldest granddaughter. She was in this same room pulling tapes down and stuff. She's 11. The next one, 9, 6. The last one is 4, about to be 5, about to go to school. And I'm like, Lord, where did that time go? I was just holding them. And then I look at the clock and I be like, and look at the time, I be like, man, I'm 63. Looked like I just turned 63 yesterday. And we already in March, and before you know it, it'll be November, I'll be 64. And guess what I promised myself, especially after 2020, dealing with COVID, that I will not do, is go through this life all tight, upset with people, mad with folk, going through changes. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to enjoy myself. That whenever I do close my eyes, if they let you have words, here's what most people are going to be able to say. He enjoyed life to the fullest. He enjoyed himself. He laughed. He talked. He loved family. He cared for friends. You ain't gonna be like, man, you never knew when he was gonna be saying something to you. No, I'ma enjoy. I take pictures. When I went to my stepfather's service and did it Saturday, my brothers were there. Hadn't seen him in a minute. We taking pictures. We taking pictures with everybody. And my brother said to me, "Don't you post this picture?" I said, "You won't tell me where to post my stuff. I'm gonna post it on social media." And started laughing. He said, "All right, bro, do what you want to do. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. You only got one life to live, and you don't want to come to the end regretting that you did not enjoy yourself." So I say again, it's important to have self-care. It's important to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, nobody else will love you. Because a person that loves themselves, they don't care what you say and what you think. If I love myself, you're going to be good. Even if you, I saw somebody earlier, even if you try to disrespect me, it's still going to be good. Because you can't do enough to make me get out of character and act crazy, because I love myself. If anybody ever asks you, and I know people don't say that, if anybody ever asks you, does Dennis Martin love himself? Yes. Absolutely. Am I perfect? No. Do I look at it and be like, man, I need to lose some weight, or I need to do this? Absolutely. Everyone does that. But don't ever get it twisted. Whether I gain weight or lose it, I love me. And I want to encourage you, love yourself. Meet the challenge, and I'm done. Make time for yourself. Now I pray and trust that you got some from this. Hey, Evangelist Hall, I pray and trust that you got some from this tonight, and that it has blessed you. Do me a favor, if it has, like and share it with somebody that you know may need to hear this. That, it's some stuff we don't talk about enough. We talk about a lot of stuff, but some stuff we need to really talk about. And it can help us all get along. And one of the things is taking care of yourself. Make sure you okay. Because if I'm okay, everyone's okay. I promise you that. If I'm good, you good. If you riding with me, and I'm not talking about just physically, if I'm good, you good. I promise that. Yeah. If I'm good, you good. And so I want you to make sure that you do that. All right, we finna get out of here, and I pray and trust that you have received this tonight. Now listen, those of you that want to follow me, you can do this. And I usually send out something before before I go live. You want to follow me, do this. You can follow me. Text the letters DLM to 833 833-675-6263. That's 833-675-6263. You can follow me. I'll let you know when I'm live and when I'm going live. You'll be able to follow me. Those of you, I've got a book. It's not new now, but it is a book. If you want to get my book, you can still order a copy of it. Help, I'm grieving, dealing with the process. Lord, I don't understand. No one grieves the same way. Learning how to adjust, give yourself time to grieve and heal. You see where you can order that on my website, drmartin.org, or you can get it on Amazon, $14.95, and you can get it as a gift for somebody. I've had people that have gotten this for several people, and so you can get that. Please do that. All right. I see Elder Ransom online. God bless you, Elder Ransom, Elder Charles Ransom. All right. Now, you see my Cash App. If you want to be a blessing, some people, I thank you so much. They'll send something and say, that blessed me so much, I want to bless you. That's my Cash App, the $ DLMSR. If you want to send something, do that. And I would appreciate it. I ain't going to be mad at you at all if you want to be a blessing. All right. Well, the Lord bless you tonight. The Lord keep you. Thank y'all so much for being here tonight. Let me see. I see all of those of you that are here, and I'm going to take some time the next time around, and we're going to do some acknowledging of those that are here, and some that, especially those that are our first time with us, being with us. I want to take time to acknowledge those and see many of you. See Brother Owens here, Liz, and let's see. I got some new glasses, y'all, so y'all bear with me. JS, see Sister Austin. I had when they got my eyes done, and so my prescriptions changed. That's another thing, you're getting older, stuff go to change, and so I had to get some more glasses. So I'm good. I can see y'all, but just it is what it is. I'm enjoying this trip, and I'm going to enjoy it all the way till they close, till my eyes are closed. I'm enjoying myself. I promise you, I'm going to enjoy myself. All right. The Lord bless you and the Lord keep you. Thank you again for joining me. Until next Monday, or until you join me tomorrow night at Bible study, 7 o'clock, or until you join our virtual worship on Sundays at 10 a.m. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Make sure whatever you do, and I say this with all my heart, whatever you do, make sure you make time for yourself. May God bless you. May all God's choice blessings